RadioFreeRadio.com. We promise we're not going to give you double middle fingers.
RadioFreeRadio.com.
Hey y'all, this is Ron Dale Martin Jr. and I gotta tell you, man, this Radio Free Radio thing is quite awesome. And since I spent all my money on steering wheel covers and Marlboros, I need you guys to donate $1 over at Patreon. That site is patreon.com/Radio Free Radio. If you ain't heard about it, you need to get on over there and give your $1.
Fredo is
On RadioFreeRadio.com.
It's Deprogrammed, and it's going to be one of those nights. I foresees it. Oh my
boy.
God, here we go.
Yep.
My name is Justin Wilson, and I am a host of sorts. I do things. I drink a lot of coffee on air. It's fun times. Tonight we're talking Roxy music. Before we get into it, if you'd like to pledge $1 to us, we would greatly appreciate that. We are trying to... Look, the reality is the Studio Clubhouse is a garage. We've avoided saying it for a year because we didn't want to sound less professional. We didn't want to say we were in a garage, but we are. That's the reality of it. We've faced this, and we've outgrown it. Wouldn't you say so, Dr. Tim?
This is much more
packed.
elaborate. Yeah, this is much more elaborate than the last time I was here. You have at least one extra table.
Yeah, look at that. Not everybody crammed around one. It's insane.
Yeah.
But we've run out of space here, and we're desperately trying to. I'm going to bring in Fredo here, even though he's going to interrupt my cell, I assume. Desperately trying to get some office space because that's what businesses do, and it would be cool to have our own office space, preferably in the downtown Hampton area. We're in Hampton now. It would be nice to just continue bringing the arts to Hampton. So that's something we'd like to do. If you'd like to do that, you can pledge to the Patreon, patreon.com/Radio Free Radio, or we have DMF shirts, double middle fingers shirts. Wear your DMF with pride. $20. You get a shirt, and we will love you forever. And that's the reality of it. All right, so we're talking Roxy music today, and there's only two people we could have in here for Roxy music. Actually, I believe it was Dr. Tim. I believe you suggested we do Roxy music.
I may have. I don't remember. Because you'd never heard him before, really.
Well, in passing, like I feel like a friend of mine, Josh Hickey, used to talk them up, but he never played them for me.
Right.
Which is completely odd. If you knew this guy, it's completely odd because any band that he likes that he really recommends, he plays for you.
Right.
And it's just weird that like I'd heard of Roxy music before, but never heard them. Never went out of my way to listen to them. But I believe at one point I put up the list of the collection of bands, and one day you just went mad and you just like 10, 20 bands.
Yeah, I probably did that.
And Roxy music was one of them.
Actually, here's what happened. What happened was,
ladies and gentlemen, Alfredo Torres on the line.
What happened was, Dr. Tim and I. By the way, Dr. Tim, you look awesome. I haven't seen you in
Are
forever.
you serious?
Yeah, I'm looking at you on the Skyper, on the YouTube thing.
You see my Sokolowski shirt?
Yes, it's awesome.
Sokolowski's the pride of Cleveland.
Yes.
Because it isn't the Browns, I'll tell you that.
So anyway, what happened was, Dr. Tim and I were supposed to do the Monkeys, and actually we were supposed to do the Monkeys this week.
Yep.
And what happened was,
you see, what happened
was I had mentioned Roxy music in passing because it wasn't on the list, and Dr. Tim went crazy. And he was like, "Oh my God, we gotta do Roxy music now!" And I was like, "Yes!"
Well, I think it's because in a way, the Monkeys, like, I got to do a deep listen to all their records, whereas Roxy music, I just sort of know. Mm-hmm. And it's the middle of the semester, and I'm not on leave anymore.
Right. Well, Roxy music, I'll tell you what. I'm glad that you jumped on it.
Okay.
Because here's what happened. I was a pretty decent Roxy Music fan back in the late '80s, right after Brian Ferry left, and
Did a
Brian
solo
Ferry did,
career. Yeah.
yeah, he went solo, and so in hearing his stuff, I confused a lot of Roxy Music and Brian
Yeah.
Ferry's solo stuff a lot, um, and so I ended up really getting into it, and then as back then I was a musical chameleon, so I kind of jumped into whatever was next. Going back to do this, I've come to the realization that Roxy Music is one of two bands that had I have gotten into when they were big, I would be a completely different person.
Ooh.
Yeah, we had this conversation a little bit before. You want to delve into that a little bit more there, Fredo?
Say again?
Do you want to delve into? I was just saying we had this conversation like I don't know week and a half ago about
Right.
how they would change you. Do you want to delve into why
Yeah.
that is?
Well, Roxy Music was probably one of the biggest influences on a movement called the New Romantic movement.
Mm-hmm.
And out of Roxy Music came bands like ABC and Duran Duran and who am I thinking? Oh, Adam and the Ant and a bunch of other people that fell in that style, dressed a certain way, acted a certain way.
Spandau Ballet.
Spandau Ballet was that's actually the one band I was trying to think
Yeah.
of. And had I have gotten into Roxy Music in the mid to late '70s, I probably would have jumped into the New Romantic movement, which means that I would have had the hairstyle and the skinny tie and the suits and been really what was the first wave of metrosexuals.
Yeah, I mean, you would have had spent a lot more money on, say, like eyeshadow.
Right.
much more so than you spend now.
Right,
Fredo,
exactly.
please start wearing eyeshadow, please. I'm begging you.
But you know, like I told Justin when I was talking about this, this was a band that would have changed my life.
Well, you know whose life it did change. Nile Rodgers. It's the reason you have Chic.
Really?
Yeah, no, he was like in his biography, which is just terrific. He talks about his going to London and seeing Roxy Music and going that it was one of those bands that created their own world. And that's
did.
true. Like if you hear them, nobody else sounds like them at that period of time in the '70s. No one. So
Yeah, and actually, as we start delving into their music, I encourage people to listen to these albums and listen to them as a soundtrack to a movie. I mean, a lot of these albums could have been soundtracks to movies like Rocky Horror.
well, actually, you know, a lot of Roxy Music is on Velvet Goldmine, which is the Todd Haynes film about Bowie, but it's also about glam in general.
Mhm.
So if you're interested in watching a movie that's you talk about metrosexual, it's that movie is pretty damn queer, and it's an amazing film. I could go on and about it all day long. It's one of those films, like I remember seeing it in of all places, San Francisco, and and just walking out and going, oh my God, I just can't believe what I just saw. I did see it in Arizona when it premiered in a room full of it was a free premiere, and there was a room full of college kids, and many of whom were homophobic. This was the '90s, the late '90s, and it was great to see all these like jock guys get really pissed off when two guys started kissing.
Yes, I bet you they would.
And one of my gay friends stood up and yelled, "Go for the gold!" So, but yeah, no, Roxy Music's really really important, right? Because in many ways, they're coming around. Everyone remembers Bowie, but people forget Brian Eno was as radical a presence, and on the first two records, no, they didn't even call him Brian Eno; they just called him Eno.
Right.
And but we can talk more about that. And we're not here to just talk about Roxy Music and how great they are or how much you hate them, but we actually have a game, right?
Yes, we do. But I do want to kind of delve into it because Roxy Music for me is a discovery.
Yeah.
So like I'm going in as I'm listening, I find one song that I know.
All right.
Out of what did we do? 7 records, and only one song I knew.
Yeah.
So like this is almost completely new to me. So I like having the information of what brought you to the table. What is it about Roxy Music that makes you want to be part of this show for it?
Me?
Yes.
Well, I'm a huge Eno fan. I sort of
Okay.
I got into Eno, and probably in the early to mid '80s, as sort of like through. It was weird because I had these progressive friends and these punk friends. They all agreed on, like, all the prog rock friends who like King Crimson and Gong and Yes and other bands like that. They were like, we love Brian Eno. And then all my punk friends were like, we love Brian Eno. And I was like, well,
Unanimous.
let's start there. And I worked my way backwards. And then, you're reading it. It's like, well, he was in this band called Roxy Music. And then I'd listen to those first 2 records. And they were records I didn't get immediately. But over time, they're 2, particularly For Your Pleasure is probably, that's in like one of my top 20 records of all time. And then the other records I like. And in fact, there are times where I'm going, oh, yeah, I forgot I really liked that record, especially with this one. And they're a band that doesn't sound like anyone. I mean, I can't think of I was telling my wife, like, them and the Feelies are the only 2 bands, and that's the Feelies, you may not know, are the only 2 bands I can think of on a consistent basis that use castanets. I mean, there's a lot of castanets on these records.
And that should tell you all you need to know.
And if you don't know what a castanet is, kids, there's Wikipedia. Look it up.
That's right. Look it up. But it's funny you bring up the first 2 records. Now, I think that is the downfall for me in a situation like this, because I don't have time to let them grow.
That's right.
Because I'm blasting through these. I'm looking for any excuse to cut songs. Because I want that number to look manageable. Like, although I did relatively easily, or I did relatively well with Roxy Music. I feel like everything got a fair shake until I was down to 40 yesterday, and I was like, okay, so now I got to be a little bit more strict.
Wow.
Yeah. But
wow.
Yeah.
You take the game real seriously.
I mean, it's a lot.
He does.
If I'm gonna explore a band, I want to give them an honest chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the fun part about this for me. So
it's like ethical listening with Justin Wilson.
I try my best to be ethical. I try my best to at least listen
no prejudice.
to every song.
I'm totally prejudiced. I love it.
No, but that's fine.
We could do Men at Work. They've got 3 albums. You can have plenty of time.
We're gonna do the Laws. One record.
God.
There she goes. Timeless melody. That's it. That's all you need to know.
See, that's why, because Sick Man last week was like that for me, where I didn't have to listen to all the records because I knew them.
Yeah.
I knew probably about half of the 20 that I was gonna bring to the table before I even listened to anything, and then I just kind of listened to a couple to go, okay, what do I want to fill this out with?
Right.
That's the fun of the game for me, because I'm in here with 2 people who really like Roxy Music, who have that going into the game. They have this, and then I'm the fresh ear that's going to go, I've got this, and this, and then you guys get to yell at me.
Well, but the game is to get somebody interested in it, right?
Right.
So you produce that Spotify playlist, and I'm okay with an introduction that's going to say have like 10 songs that grab you,
right?
And then you sort of go, well, I mean, maybe not my song is on there. The only one that's going to get mad is James Duvall.
Yes.
So, fuck him.
Yes. Yes.
I love that guy, but fuck him.
You should have seen Fredo's face light up. Oh my God.
By the way, I said that for Alfredo.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think that's your super enemy.
He goes out of his way to just poke the bear, and there's no reason to poke this bear. Just let this bear be.
By the way, with the beard right now, I think the bear is your new nickname.
The bear.
Wait,
silver bear.
Say that again.
I think with the beard the way it is right now, the bear is your new nickname, Fredo the Bear.
You can't say that. I got too many gay friends. They'd be like, I knew he was a bear. and he listens to Roxy music.
You're right on the edge. You're right on the edge.
Making no cases for yourself.
That's right.
So, all right. So the name of the game is Deprogrammed, and what we do is we take our panel members. Today it's the esteemed Dr. Tim and the esteemed The Bear Alfredo Torres, and myself, and we each pick 20 songs from the band. Again, today it's Roxy Music, and we're going to put them into the game. We're going to play the song, and if it's on all three of our lists, it automatically makes the top 10 for Roxy Music. If it's on two of our lists, it will be in play for later. With that being said, where do I want to? Okay, You start. I'm gonna start with the one I knew.
Okay.
Because I love this song, and I didn't know it was them. I have an emotional attachment to it, actually. From the movie Lost in Translation, actually, because Bill Murray performs this song.
I already know what it is.
Of course you do. More than this.
Yeah. That's on mine.
Oh, of course it's on mine.
All right. One for one.
Definitely.
I feel good. I can retire now.
All right. Do we have like pens to mark this off?
Oh,
can you give me a pen here? There's a pen right there. Is it like a little marker? So I'm gonna check that so I don't have to.
Yep. Same thing with me.
So do you want to go, Alfredo?
Oh yeah. More than this, that's the. Here's my thing about Brian Ferry. A, he's one of the top 5 most underrated voices in rock music. B, he probably has the most romantic male voice out there.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think he's pure romance.
Right, and more than this is exactly is that romantic voice just on full display for everybody.
Agreed.
Good, yeah.
All right. It's your play, Fredo.
It's my play.
Yes.
I'm going to go off their first album, and it's a song I love. It goes one direction, then halfway into the song, it flips out onto another one, and that's Ladytron.
Oh, my God. I knew it. I knew Fredo was going to play that.
That's a great one. I didn't include it, but I'm not going to deny it. I just didn't include it.
Okay, what about you, Justin?
I don't have it.
Oh, wow.
It's too bad. It's too bad. It is a great
I took
song.
a long look at that one. That one got like 3 listens.
I love the beginning of that song.
Tim.
Well, I'm going to put out a song off of Siren, Both Ends Burning.
Do you know how that was song 22?
22.
That's on my list.
Okay, good.
I one of the things about that song is, and if you're a listener here and you haven't heard it, go listen to it and you will hear the seeds of Duran Duran. That record really is like, I remember when Duran Duran came out, and a lot of my older friends were like, "Oh, they're just warmed over Roxy music," which isn't true, but I think that's what they were thinking of when they heard that. So Both Ends Burning. So that's what we 2 lists, but it's not on.
Yep.
Right. It's not on mine, but it'll come back for the convo later.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Where do I want to go? Dun, dun, dun. Bum, bum, bum. Surprisingly, I think Country Life. I'm gonna go Country Life here. I feel like pretty much starting at Siren and Country Life is where I started falling into the groove of the band.
Yeah,
really digging what they were putting down. I feel like the music was starting to match the voice. He's got a very, very unique voice, and it's, I don't want to say off-putting in the first 2 records, but but you need that time with it.
Yeah.
Before it's a lot to take in your first couple times. So I'm gonna go. All I Want Is You.
No.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Okay. No. Strike. Fredo.
I'm gonna go with something that wasn't on an album. It was a single, and it was a remake, and I didn't realize it was a remake when they did it. And that's a Jealous Guy.
Oh, you didn't realize that was John Lennon?
I didn't know. No, I didn't at the time. And when I heard it, let me tell you, I mean, when you think of the words jealous guy, you always think of someone who's an asshole, who's controlling, who's, off-putting or whatever. But that's the first time, and probably the only time, where you could hear maybe the pain that a guy who is jealous is going through on the inside. That makes sense.
Yeah, I can hear that. There's another record that I feel like has that, but not a Roxy Music record. And that's Randy Newman's Marie. But no, I totally get that. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and it actually, and I am not a fan of John Lennon at all.
We know.
Yeah. So for when I found out that he did this song, it almost made him sympathetic for me.
You almost wanted to destroy your computer because you didn't know what life was anymore.
You know what? I don't like that you're making fun of me when I bear it all. Remember, I would have been metrosexual.
You bear it all. Alfredo the Bear Torres bears it all.
Do you have Jealous Guy? I don't. Okay.
Damn you.
Tim,
all right.
Play.
Well, I'll just get it out of here. And this is for James, actually, if he's listening. In every dream home, a heartache.
I got it.
Oh,
what'd you say?
In every dream home, a heartache. It's off of For Your Pleasure.
You know what? I don't want to say I have it because it's for James, but I will because it's a fucking great song.
There you go, James.
But fuck you, James.
It's in. I came back around on that one. I had initially cut it, and James had posted something about it, so I went back and listened to it, and I was like, okay, it deserved that second chance. And then it kept hanging around. Then I gave it one last listen yesterday. I was like, yeah, it's in.
It's also really unnerving, right? I mean,
Yes.
Those first two records, the reasons they sound so weird compared to the other ones is Eno is literally like fucking with them. I mean, he's running them through tape loops and effects, and it's one of the reasons why early Roxy music is so unnerving and odd. And I wish you had like the gatefold sleeve. You could actually see these records where you're like, these guys look like they're from outer space.
Oh.
Yeah, and now think about it. This is also the time he was doing stuff with Bowie. You know, so it makes sense in that. You know, he's this weird guy who's taking Roxy music to this place and taking Bowie to this other place, and it's kind of similar in that vein.
Yeah, if you really want to hear like Eno's first solo record after he leaves is oh god, I can't. Here Come the Warm Jets, and after that, both that and Taking Tiger Mountain by Strategy, those two records are extremely strange. I love them. Those are two great records. But you know, you'll actually hear like you can sort of hear him extracted from Roxy music, and like this. So the stuff that comes afterwards, Siren, Country Life, starts to become more, for less lack of a better term, a little more romantic.
Yeah,
because it really is Brian Ferry's band.
Right.
So that's okay. Well, yes, that means I was pretty astute in my observation.
Yeah,
I feel good, much better about myself now. But I'm gonna play. Wait, is it my play? No, yeah, because you played Heartache. This was the first one that I picked that I said, yeah, this has to go in. I'm going to go Bitter's End.
No.
Bitter's End. No.
No.
Man, I'm stinking up the joint.
You're not. No, you're not.
We got some agreement.
Yeah, we got some agreement. We're jumping on.
Fredo.
Let's stay with For Your Pleasure. Since that one got the last one in, I'm gonna go with the with track one, which I know Justin's always a big fan of. Do the Strand.
Yeah, I got it.
Absolutely.
That song is just to me, it's just amazing.
Oh yeah, no, it's hard charging. I mean that song is just it's the best. I don't know. I've actually got at least 2 vinyl copies of that record because I buy them for as anyone who knows me knows, like I find things for $1. If I already have it, it's like I'll get it again because I'm going to wear it out. It's true. I mean, and that record I've worn out, and that particular song, yeah.
It probably took me 2 or 3 hours to listen to the rest of that song of that album because I just kept playing Do the Strand over and over.
All right, Tim.
I'm going to put out a one of the more romantic songs, but I have to say, I think as a single, it is so good. Dance Away.
Oh
no, that's okay.
No, it should have been. You know what? That should have been on my list.
I mean, if you like the romantic Brian Ferry, like of the More Than This variety, Dance Away.
Hmm.
I wonder how I missed
Do you
that.
have it, Justin?
No, I don't.
That's because you're not a romantic person. You have no ounce of love in you,
Says the bear.
which is why you probably didn't, get into Roxy music as much.
I guess.
Oh God, I can't believe I left that one out.
See,
Oh,
that falls on you, not on me. So,
yeah, no, it does. I take it. I take the bullet on that.
Heyo. All right. Ah, man. I'm not feeling so hot about my list right now.
Come on, let's do it. Let's do it.
Where do I want to go? No. You know what? Let's I already went there. This is the only one I got off of. Oh no, it's not, because I had the only other one I have from Siren. She Sells.
I got it.
Nope, I don't.
All right. Well, it's in the conversation, so that's
Yep.
all right.
I can't believe. You know what? I'll go with my next one, which is off of Siren, and I can't believe you didn't put it. Love is the Drug.
I got it.
That's and I'm surprised that you didn't hear that song before, Justin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was actually a pretty big hit for them.
Well, and by big, I mean you got to remember, like, it was Roxy Music never really made a dent on, like, contemporary hit radio, other than like the Avalon record.
You know what? This is where you need to keep me in check.
No, but I
appreciate it. No, I appreciate it, because I'm the type of guy, and I think to some extent you are, where we listen to what we listen to, and we believe it was bigger in the rest of the world than what it was.
Well, Roxy Music is, like, big in Europe, right? You can actually hear, like, this is a band that would have been big on the continent and not in England, but the U.S. I mean, let's just face it. Like, this comes on FM radio after the Allman Brothers.
Yeah, it's not. It's
and
not.
Somebody
playing.
with a truck is going to take that gun off his rack, run down to the local programmer, and cut that. You know what?
Zach, you playing that Roxy music crap again? God damn it, boy! I done told you.
I know. That's one of the things about Roxy Music too, is that it's unlike a lot of bands from the '70s. There's no real effective blues base to them. Like, they're not a bluesy band.
No,
whereas even Bowie's bluesy, right?
Yeah.
Mick Ronson's guitar. So that foothold in America is not really there.
But what's funny is that as you say that, Roxy Music was a band that was cut for the FM format.
Right.
It's just that at that time everybody was playing, side two of Led Zeppelin 4 and, Eat a Peach and all that stuff. And
Tales of Topographic Oceans.
Right. Yeah, exactly. People were not into this.
I was gonna say, yeah, a lot of these are like, most of them are perfect radio length, like the 230, 320 ish. And there's a couple that venture out to like 545 territory, but they're not like blowing your mind with like crazy guitar solos and
right.
stuff.
And there's nothing virtuosic, about it. There's not like you can't identify one as like, that guy is, even like King Crimson, who's another band who, didn't get much airplay in the U.S. Like, at least you could say Robert Fripp is a genius.
Robert Fripp, right, exactly.
John Wetton was a genius. Whatever lineup Fripp had. And if you're not a King Crimson fan, you could at least justify it at some level.
Well, you justified it with all those prog rock, but like you said, when it comes to Roxy Music, you can't. It's literally Brian Ferry's voice.
Yeah.
Well, I love Phil Manzara. I love all the guitar work. I even like. It's one of the few bands that has saxophone on a relatively not just occasional, regular basis that I kind of like. I mean, I've always felt like a lot of times, at least in the 1970s, even with bands like, like the E Street Band, where like, oh man, if they just mix down clerics just a little bit more. I know that a lot of, it's not that I dislike them. It's just like, well, it's a little too over the top. But this always felt like it was right there.
It made sense, and again, and I'm going to harp back to Brian Ferry's voice throughout this entire discussion.
Yeah.
Saxophone, when you have a romantic voice, they just go together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just beautifully. And it just made sense that you would have this saxophone playing along and bouncing
Just
off of
ignore
Brian
that.
Ferry's voice.
No, I like the idea of like Alfredo. Who's that? The character from Parks and Rec who plays sax on the side. Did you guys ever watch
The commission. What the hell's
the
his name?
commissioner? Yeah, well, Ron, what's his face?
Yeah, Ron Swanson.
Ron Swanson, but he's like Dr. Love, or what is he? I can't remember. It's like Dr. Romantic. I like to think that that's you. You get out of your Veterans Administration job and go over to the club with your alto.
Dr. Bear.
Dr. Bear. Let me growl for you, baby.
I think I know your gimmick on for all day you drunks. If you don't come down as the bear, there's going to be problems.
Whose turn is it?
It's Tim's.
Dr.
Okay,
Tim.
I'm gonna pick a song. I don't think anyone else would have picked this, but I think it's. And if you didn't pick it, go listen to it again. Mother of Pearl.
I got it.
Oh no, that's the first song on my list.
Oh man, it's the first song on my list, and I'm not lying to you. I drove to Cleveland and back, and probably played that about 15 times because I was listening to a lot of Roxy music, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, this is an amazing record. I somehow forgot, but like, no, I don't forget anymore. That's an incredible record.
I want to listen to it. I have it, but I definitely want to. Some of these songs I definitely want to throw into rotation. I feel it.
Yeah.
I'll give my final verdict after the game, I guess. But where do I go here?
Did you say you have it?
Yes, it's
All
in.
three of us.
Yep, it's
That's
in.
that's 3 songs or 4?
4.
Oh man,
We got 4.
Oh.
We're already almost halfway there. Whoa,
Jeez.
we're halfway there. You know what? I'm going with a name here just because I love the name. I'm seeing it. I can't hear the song in my head for some reason, but it definitely made an impression on me. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Got it.
So do I.
Got it.
Off of Flesh and Blood. Great song.
Yeah.
And actually, I think one of that's when they started to say, "Hey, look, no more naked women." I mean, this is something that you have to understand about Roxy music. Like, as a kid, I'd go into these record stores and like, I don't know if I can bring this record home. Because the first 3 or 4 records, basically, like the first record has a woman and a teddy. The second record was a record has a woman, basically, high stiletto heels. Stranded is, well, Country Life is the one where they're just basically naked.
Yeah.
And then you have Jerry Hall in Siren. In Flesh and Blood, it's like, oh wow, they just decided no more naked women or something. I don't know, but as I never investigated that much, but that goes back to that world. Like, this is a endlessly romantic world that Roxy music is developing.
Well,
and,
I also think that it was their way of saying, "Hey, look, guys, we're straight."
We're straight, or maybe they're not, because these these women are international models. I mean, Jerry Hall is on Siren. Right?
Oh yeah.
That's the big thing. Like, she dated Brian Ferry, and then Mick Jagger stole her.
Ooh.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, scandal.
Yeah, it's a scandal. It's I mean, it's not quite as scandalous as Eric Clapton stealing George Harrison's wife.
George Harrison's wife.
But
no, he didn't steal her. George is like, you want her, go ahead.
Exactly. If you see that Scorsese documentary, it's like, well, that's cool. At least Eric Clapton's a good guy. Go with him.
Wow.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
All right.
He essentially got rid of her for a new guitar and a sandwich. It's like, I'll give you this Les Paul and this ham sandwich I haven't taken a bite out of. I'll take your wife.
Done.
Deal.
Yeah, so there you go.
Fredo?
So he's having too much fun.
Let me get back
He's
in.
having
Made
too much
himself
fun.
loopy.
I'm gonna go. Let's go to Avalon, and let's go with again. It's another just such a beautiful song. Why My Heart's Still Beating.
No.
Nope.
Oh,
Sorry. So sorry. Although I'm really not.
Who's next?
I'm gonna punch you guys.
Me?
Okay, it's like James is there, isn't he? Is he
Well,
okay?
we're bringing him in just to,
Yep.
he's sitting in the corner there flashing signs. That's right. He's playing Tecmo Bowl.
bitches.
Yeah.
Never played the Three Stooges video game.
Yeah.
Just saying.
By the way, the Three Stooges video game sucks.
It was terrible.
If you guys don't know, the studio is equipped with a modded out Raspberry Pi that has every
Yes.
single shitty game ever.
It's true. It's true. We got a video game lounge over there, and Dr. Tim and I were over there playing the Three Stooges.
The
while
Three
Pop was
Stooges,
finishing.
and then he said, "Let's play Total Recall, the game."
Oh God,
That was even worse.
that was even worse. Indeed.
All right. Well, let me pick a song. How about Beauty Queen?
Beauty
For your pleasure.
Queen. No.
Okay. All right.
Oh, nope, I don't have it either.
Not gonna make the case, but because it did
No.
make it. There you go.
Not gonna make the case because you guys are dumb.
No,
And,
no. It's a game. It's a game.
It's a game.
Oh,
Plus, we gotta start dropping some. I mean, we knocked out 5 so quick.
yeah, it's true. Okay, I'm gonna go Manifesto here, which,
Ooh.
to be honest, I had a really hard time with Manifesto. Like, there was a point where I wanted to bring most of the record in, and then I reeled myself in, and it looks like I kept 3,
Okay.
which I feel like is a fair number. I went Stronger Through the Years.
No.
Can I tell you, I don't have one song off of Manifesto.
Really? Wow.
Mhm.
I have a couple.
I really, really enjoyed Manifesto.
It's good. Good record.
Let's see. Let's go off of Stranded. Let's go with a song for Europe.
I got it. That's a great song.
That
And-
is such a Justin.
I don't have it.
but there's
okay.
2.
Yeah, that's such a great song, and that's a song I feel could have been like on the Olympics, like for the Olympics. It's such a majestic song.
Because it has Europe in the title?
No, because it's a majestic song, you ass. Because
For what
there's
it's,
more than the Olympics than Europe, guy.
for what it's worth, he's drinking out of a mug that says "Piss Copter."
It's true.
I love that mug.
I think they're still available on Zazzle.
Zazzle it up, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's is it my turn or your
Yes,
turn?
sir.
Okay. How about Virginia Plain?
Oh, I actually really, really wrestled with that one.
I hate the ending to that song.
I hate the ending.
It didn't make the list because I
Because it
can't
just
stand that
stops?
ending.
Because it just stops. Is that it?
Just the way it stops, it's like you can't go, and it's a beautiful song,
Yeah.
but that ending just, you know what that ending is like? It's like the audio equivalent to the ending of the Blair Witch Project. It's just like bam, like you see the guy in the corner, and then the video camera drops, and what the fuck happened? That's exactly what that ending is like.
Well, that's why they had Blair Witch Project 2, which I never saw. Isn't there a new Blair Witch Project?
I think so. I think they came out with one relatively
God.
recently. All right.
Let's move it.
Where do I want to go? I'll go. I don't see any green over here, so I'm going to go with If There's Something.
No.
Nope, I don't have that one either.
Oh boy.
Oh, now things are getting tough.
All right, whose turn is it?
Fredo.
It's mine.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go off their first album. Let's go Remake Remodel.
Got it. Got it.
Yep. I that means Justin doesn't.
I don't.
Doot doot doo doo means that, huh?
Yeah.
You listen to this a lot.
All right, Tim.
I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go off of For Your Pleasure again and do Editions of You.
Yep.
Nope.
Okay. Oh, beautiful song.
It is. It
Beautiful
is.
song. But you didn't pick it.
You know what?
But you did pick it.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Okay.
All right. This one's sticking out at me for some reason. Might be because they are color coded by album, and this one, nothing from this is over there. And I'm playing against odds. I'm playing against Dr. Tim right now because
Okay.
I know Fredo doesn't have it. Angel Eyes.
Got it.
Oh, thank
Got it.
goodness.
That's a great song. I mean, between Dance Away and Angel Eyes, it's kind of weird that you didn't have anything off of that record, Alfredo.
Yeah.
I think I spent, and I'll be honest with you, and this is probably the reason
better.
I missed Dance Away, was because I spent so much time with the other albums
Sure.
that I just completely forgot it.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's the only reason. I mean, especially the first two albums, I could not stop listening to those albums. Oh God.
There have been times where I've almost missed teaching a class because I'm listening to For Your Pleasure. I'm like, just like, I don't want to go teach class. I just want to listen to this over and over.
I can dig it.
There's a lot of there are a number of records like that, but yeah. So
speaking of For Your Pleasure, I actually had a veteran wait outside my office for me while I finished listening to the album.
like, screw you, vet.
Hey,
you don't need a job. You served our country.
Take your PSD and shove it up your ass for 10 minutes. Let me hear the rest of this fucking song, all right?
What if the guy like has like some what if he has some PTSD surrounding like say Roxy music? Maybe
Ooh.
his battalion got held up because his leader was too busy listening to Manifesto.
Oh, see,
it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Well, you know what? I'll connect you to a service dog. Speaking of For Your Pleasure, is it my turn?
I don't. It doesn't matter.
Yes. Because I played Angel Eyes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Speaking of For Your Pleasure, let's go with Grey Lagoons.
That's a great song. I don't have it though.
Me neither.
It is a great song. I really like. I just can't. I would have put down all of For Your Pleasure.
Yeah,
but
so
I knew I would be playing the game wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
I would. All right, I'm gonna pick one that's not on any record, not on any album. It's on a greatest hits because it was released only as a single, and that's Pajamarama.
I
don't got it.
Go listen to it
don't have
again.
it.
Just do it. Not because it needs to be on the list, but it's overlooked because it's only like on greatest hits. And if you're playing that game, but that's one of those casualties of a song of a band in Britain that's only going to release like albums and then they release singles. They don't necessarily, singles can be detached from albums. This is one of the reasons why the Beatles, lots of records in the U.S. Their initial U.S. release looked completely different than the British release because you release singles, you didn't put them on the album because that's wasteful.
Right.
I mean, so like you have Strawberry Fields Forever, but it's not on any album until they put it on the Magical Mystery Tour record, which is it's like it's not like the way we do it in the U.S. Right? We release a single and it's going to promote the album, or I guess if we don't release singles anymore, do we? We just drop mixtapes, right?
I don't know what we do. I have no idea what we do anymore. That's why I do this. Tim, your turn, right?
I picked Pajama.
Oh, that's right. You did. So it's my turn. I'm gonna take a stab at Country Life again. Casanova.
No.
Almost, but not quite.
Keep taking the jabs.
Yep.
Jab.
You know what? Let's stay with Country Life for my pick. Let's go with A Really Good Time.
Nope.
No. I'll tell you what. I'll double down on Country Life. We'll triple down. The Thrill of It All.
Nope.
I'm really surprised that we got 3 on Country Life, but like with 3 in a row, and we could agree on any of them.
Not any of them.
Jesus.
I think we did. Well, that's 3.
And I had played one before.
Yeah.
Too.
Wow. Boom, boom, boom.
Stay with Country Life. Let's go through the whole album.
Let's see if we got anything.
I've got one more, and I'll trot it out there then. Let's see, 3 and 9.
No.
Okay.
No.
No. I got one more. Let's see if Tim's with me. Out of the Love.
No.
Wowzers,
no.
McTavish.
God, it's just unbelievable. I don't think I have anything left on Country Life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm really, but see, the reason I'm kind of surprised that you didn't pick Thrill of All, just as I know about your love of opening records.
Yeah, I a lot of times I play myself out because of that. I won't go. I'll take a track one out because I feel like I'm giving it that track one bias that I have. So I play myself out. That's the best way to put it.
All right, so
wow.
It is your turn, right, Tim?
Yeah, I'm gonna do Over You.
I got it.
Okay.
No, I don't.
I'll have Over You. Okay.
And it's my turn again.
Yeah.
All right, so we can just kind of because I've only got a couple left anyway.
Yeah, I got 2 left.
I've got. Go ahead.
My Little Girl.
No.
We've got a nice little list building here. Anyway.
See, 2HB.
Got it.
Oh.
Got it.
Roxy Music.
Yep. First
Oh,
album.
there it is.
It Another, like, I actually think that's the most Eno-esque of the cuts.
Yes.
And
Did Justin get it?
No.
it's actually on. I think that is on the Velvet Goldmine soundtrack. And I remember I hadn't listened to it, and that record had come out like 98, 99.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's and it's this song is amazing. I think it's the end of the end of the actual film. They play 2HB over and over, and it's like, that is so beautiful. And I went back and it's like, oh my god, it's that first Roxy Music record, and I hadn't heard it in a long time. But yeah, such a great record. So is it my turn?
Yes.
For Your Pleasure.
I don't have it.
Okay.
Hold on.
The last song on the record of the album.
Nope.
For Your Pleasure. Okay.
Nope.
So I have 1, 2, 3. I still have 5 left. So you
Really?
have 1 left, Tim?
I'm done.
Oh, you're done.
I'm
Okay.
done.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 left also.
So we each have 5. So I'll just blast through my 5 and see if any match with you.
Okay.
All right. Amazona?
Yep.
Ooh, wow. I've been looking at that one, wondering if I should play it. And I
Another
guess I should.
Another Stranded song.
Yep.
The Space Between?
Nope.
Take a Chance with Me?
Yep.
All right. Get that in the combo there.
So 2 from Avalon, huh?
The Main Thing?
Which
3 from Avalon. Alfredo?
wait. Is it you're asking me?
Yeah, The
Yeah.
Main
I
Thing.
got what song you saying?
The Main Thing.
No.
True to Life?
Nope.
Okay.
Man, you really liked Avalon.
Well, again, I went back and this guy invaded my head, and I gave Avalon another listen.
It's a very good record.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad I did, because I actually really enjoyed it. But you know,
It's funny because that record. I remember when that record came out. It was what, 82?
80 was it 80 was it 83? 82 83 around that time.
Yeah, and it's no, 82. It's 82.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it coming out and thinking, I didn't know anything about that band, and just thinking, what is this band? Where are they from? Why are people freaked out that it sounds so mainstream?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I have no problem with it sounding that way. And I think there's some people I know that's one of their top 10 favorite records of all time.
oh,
Yeah. It's not. I mean, I think it's a very good record. Very.
Well,
You like?
I remember hearing More Than This when it came out, and that was my like I said earlier, I heard that voice and I was just like, oh my god, that's.
I always liked Avalon on that record of
Yes.
Avalon. It's just very nice and beautiful. It's a very slow record. I don't know.
Mhm.
That is a great record.
Okay, just real quick for my last couple, I had Just Like You off of Stranded,
Mhm.
and I had let me see. Oh, and off of Flesh and Blood, I had 8 Miles High.
Mm.
Even though it's a remake, what a remake!
All right, so
Oh, I thought so. You gotta kiss my ass.
we've got
James is happy over there. He's sitting over there now. He's flipping. Yeah, there.
he's ecstatic. We've got 5 through. We've got More Than This, In Every Dream Home, A Heartache, Do the Strand, Mother of Pearl, and Oh Yeah are in.
Okay.
That's a good start.
That's a good start. So we've got 5 that we have to get out of these songs: Both Ends Burning, Amazona, Take a Chance with Me, She Sells, Love is the Drug, 2HB, A Song for Europe, Remake, Remodel, Over You, Editions of You, Angel Eyes.
Wow.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, we got to trim it down.
We got to trim 4. We got to trim 4 out of those.
Yep.
Right.
So is anything jumping out immediately that says, "Nah, man, that should not be there"?
Wow. I mean, let me make the case for not to get rid. Is this, do we say we have to get rid of something, or do we?
Well, first is there, before we start to fight, we normally will say, okay, I'm willing to let this go.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's something, see, because looking at it, and For Your Pleasure already has 2 all the way through, which to me is a strike against Additions of You, because we've already got 2 in the 10.
I can live without it. I'm not gonna.
That's you guys.
Is it essential?
Well,
it's a great track,
but like
obviously.
as an intro record, probably not.
Okay, so let's take Additions of You out, make it a little bit easier on ourselves.
I would also argue that She Sells is not as essential.
Okay, let's get that out of there too.
Okay, do you have She Sells, Alfredo?
No.
I think it was me and you, yeah. So, all right, so this is actually getting a little bit easier here now.
Okay.
So now we got to start the deals. And for me, let's see, I think 1, 2. Let's see, I didn't have Love Is the Drug, and I didn't have 2HB. I didn't have Song for Europe. I didn't have Remake Remodel, but I took a long listen to it. I think that's one of the songs, because that's track 1, right? Remake Remodel?
I think so.
Yeah.
And that's one
that suffered from the prejudice, the anti-prejudice prejudice.
Where I played myself out. I really liked it, and I was like, but it's a track 1, and I ended up taking it out. So that's one I'm eyeballing. We don't have.
Well, I mean, Tim and I both had it, so
yeah. I'm willing to make the case, but I feel a little stronger for 2HB. But
so do I.
Well, I mean,
if you're gonna do what, like act in a weird way, if you're gonna do any song off that record, I'm gonna go back to Alfredo and say, you should like Virginia Plain more. Maybe you should just like. You really should like Virginia Plain more. Just because it ends doesn't.
You can't drop the camera at the end.
Oh, jeez.
But they did.
But they did. Yeah. Okay. All right. Why don't we table that for now? Can you live without, say, Song for Europe? I mean, doesn't sound like you can.
We've got one from Stranded In already, and there's another song from Stranded.
Well, that's Amazona,
right?
Right.
Which one would you?
Between the 2.
Ooh.
I had Amazona. I didn't have a Song for Europe, so this one's on YouTube because I think it.
Well, actually, then we have more than 9 because I guess I didn't have Amazon. I just marked the ones that I had, so we have.
So
more.
yes, so did I. I would say I'm willing to let it go only because Arizona almost made your list.
Arizona. Was it the Scorpions? Arizona really was a blast. I like that.
It's the no.
Arizona dudes.
It's the Mark Lindsay song, Arizona.
Oh, okay, that Arizona. Okay.
Amazona. You know what, Dr. Tim? You're the only one that would have gotten that Mark Lindsay reference.
I haven't heard that in years, but Paul Revere and the Raiders, man, all the way.
Arizona. Okay. Anyway.
So we're dropping a Song for Europe.
Yeah, I'm willing to let that one go.
All right, let's drop it. All right. What else do we got here? Let's see. Siren, Both Ends Burning, and Love Is a Drug from Siren as well.
See, I think Love Is the Drug is like that's how I was going to make, like, if there was going to be one song that you have to introduce the entire, like, the intersection of both the romantic and the kind of like oddly, odd instrumentations. Like, the problem with Avalon is that Avalon sounds like a record that I don't want to say any band could make, but a lot of bands could make. Love Is the Drug is like only a song that Roxy Music could make.
Yeah. I agree. If we're gonna
here, hold on a second. I just want a refresher course.
So you're gonna put it on
just for a second.
Are you gonna break the law here?
Never.
He's got 30 seconds, doesn't he?
You got 30 seconds. Here we go.
For usage. He's the only one that's.
That's funky, baby.
Yeah, no, that bass line's awesome. You can really, in a way, this is one that definitely is on the dance floor in what 1974, right?
I mean, I was the odd man out on it. I have no problem putting it through.
Oh yeah, and he's got the best line in it. What is it? Dim the lights, you can guess the rest.
Dim the lights, you can guess the rest. Oh,
Gets that drug.
yeah, no,
Gets that
that's got to
bug.
be in there. That's a
Right.
that's a
I agree.
Slide it on through. That's 6. All right, so let me go through our finalists here.
all right.
We've got Both Ends Burning,
Yeah.
Amazona, Take a Chance with Me, 2HB, Remake, Remodel, Over You, Angel Eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 7 that we need to trim down to 4. So we need to lose
Okay.
So
3
we have
more.
3 more. Okay.
Wait, we got 7 songs,
There's 7 songs left that we need to
and
trim down to 4.
and we have 6 songs on the list.
Yes.
So which one do you feel? Let me put it this way. I'm willing to jettison either 2HB or Remake Remodel, but I'm not willing to jettison both.
Yeah.
I agree.
One of them's got to go in. But which one?
Well, you know what? Both Tim and I had both of them, so
Right.
I'm willing to leave it up to Justin. As long as one of those two get
That's
in,
fair.
I'm fine.
That's fair.
See, I'm going to be leaning towards that track 1 bias that I
Well,
because it hit me right in the ear. Right,
there you go.
right off the top.
That's
so
fine. That's fine.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Let's go
Just
remake
yeah,
remodel.
remember to listen to 2HB, people.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
I mean, it's gotten
Make
plenty
that your
of
number
mentions
11.
here, so
Right.
all right, so that's 7. We've got 5 that we need to get down to 3.
Okay.
If we're looking at like albums, like what's got stuff in and what stuff does not.
Well,
Manifesto's got
No.
nothing.
yes.
Manifesto has nothing. Angel
Well,
Eyes is the only.
Well, Angel
representative.
Eyes and Over You isn't Over You is Manifesto too, right?
Let's see.
I
I've
s-
got it
I
as
forgot.
Flesh and Blood.
That's Flesh and Blood. Okay, Angel Eyes. Yeah, I mean, oh, Dance Away was the one that I had from. That's
Dance
right.
Away, yeah, but he didn't have that.
You didn't have that.
Because otherwise, I would have. If I'm going to make a case for anything from Manifesto, it's going to be Dance Away.
Well,
That would have been the one song
You
that would
didn't
have
pick
looked
it,
at that
and
album.
that's on you. You wear that burden, not me, sir.
Well, why don't you play
okay, but I'm gonna.
5
You know what?
seconds of Dance Away. Play 5 seconds of Dance Away, or not Dance Away, but Angel Eyes. Excuse me, Angel Eyes. Yeah, gonna make the case. Make the case.
Where are you? Where are you?
That sucks. I'm listening to it.
That sucks. I'm listening to it.
That didn't sound like Brian Ferry at all.
That's weird. Maybe you should listen closer.
That sucks. I'm listening to it.
Here we go.
You know I can't hear it, right? If you're trying to make the case for me, I can't hear it.
Oh. That sucks. So we are the ones that have it, and Fredo does not. So the board doesn't come through to you, huh?
No.
That's weird.
That is strange.
I don't know why it wouldn't. Because obviously these mics are going into the board.
Well, I mean, if people would, donate some money to Patreon, we can fix that.
Patreon.com/Radio Free Radio.
All
There
it
you
takes.
$1.
All it takes is $1 a month. You won't even You won't even miss it.
You won't.
No.
You won't. $12 a year. It's insane how cheap we are.
Look at all the entertainment you're getting.
Okay.
I mean, where else am I going to get new nicknames if I don't get to be on the program?
Fredo the Bear.
The bear,
I
the
can't
silver
wait.
fox,
I can't
the
wait.
fan of the game.
I can't wait till the bear comes down on the 11th. All day you drunks 3.
All
Matt roast.
Make sure that you enunciate day, because you don't want to say all gay you drunks featuring the bear.
I don't? Are you sure?
Well, okay, so let's get back to that. What do we have
Yes.
here? Angel Eyes.
Angel Eyes, Over You, Take a Chance with Me, Amazona, Both Ends Burning.
Well, I'm going to make a case for Both Ends Burning. I really think that is I think that's a really important record, and who had it?
I did. I had
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I think I was the one who didn't. So
Why don't you play a little bit of that?
sure.
Just
Yeah,
a
for
little bit.
you. I'll sit here in silence.
Well, that sucks. That doesn't sound like Brian Ferry. That should be your T-shirt. That sucks. That's not Brian Ferry. Oh, it's Country Life, isn't it? Or wait, is it? No, it's Siren.
Siren.
That's right. He is looking for both ends burning, people. He is trying to find both ends burning. It would be track 7 on Siren.
I tell you, I gave it a good couple listens.
Throw it up. Tell me this is not Duran Duran.
I can't tell you anything. It's not Duran Duran. I can't hear it.
I mean,
Because Fredo's never heard the song before. I dig it.
Yeah. There you go. There. Okay.
Let's put it through. You will find no fight from me.
All right.
Good.
Especially sometimes.
All right. Well, I'm not going to fight for the next one because I fought for the last 2. So.
Let's see. Where
Okay.
Are we at 8? 1, 2, 3.
If you want to put Arizona on there, we can do it.
I believe Mark Lindsay should be represented.
Mark Lindsay and I went Scorpions.
All right. So we need to trim out 2 of these. Amazona, Take a Chance with Me, Over You, Angel Eyes. I had 3 of the 4. Wait,
I have 2 of the 4.
Which 2? Amazona.
I have Amazona and Take a Chance on Me, which I believe should be on there. Actually, that'll be one I fight for because again, that voice is, in full effect, in full love effect, in full romantic effect on that one.
This is coming through an iPhone, people, so that's why it sounds like garbage. Should I stop it there?
Probably, just in case. You never know. YouTube's
Come
funny.
on, if that doesn't, and especially what you hear his voice, if that doesn't scream out that you're walking through a hazy room with candlelits on and you're on a bed with a sheer canopy.
Candlelits in a sheer canopy.
Yes, and then you just plow into her like a madman.
This is not a Sting video.
Right?
What are you doing
over there?
Doing, Alfredo? The bear lights a candle.
Yeah.
The bear likes the candlelits.
Sorry.
Yeah, I could be romantic. I could treat her like a lady.
Uh-huh. I'm putting the Take a Chance with Me through.
All right.
That means Amazona, Over You, Angel Eyes, and Fredo has Amazona. Tim, are you pulling out of the fight?
I'm not going to fight against Amazona. I've got what did you say? I have Over You, and what was the other ones?
Angel Eyes.
And Angel Eyes. I have
Right.
Over You and Angel Eyes, and only one of those 2 would be left to go through, right?
Right.
So I don't care if you put in Amazona, then I would fight for Over You over Angel Eyes. That would be the only thing.
I've got all 3.
I prefer Over You.
All right.
All 3. Wait, what else is there?
It's Amazona, Over You, Angel Eyes are the final 3 for the last spot.
You've got all 3.
I've got all 3.
You know what? Even though I have Amazona, I'm happy that Take a Chance with Me got on there. I'm willing to take that one out to fight.
Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're sliding Angel Eyes out because Tim said he would prefer Over You over Angel Eyes. So that leaves the fight to Amazona versus Over You. And if Fredo's officially retiring Amazona, we're putting Over You.
I'll do that.
All right.
All right, Over You is in, and that's our final 10.
Yeah.
So read them out.
Very spirited there, gentlemen. More Than This, Love is the Drug, Take a Chance with Me, Both Ends Burning, Over You, In Every Dream Home a Heartache, Do the Strand, Remake Remodel, Mother of Pearl, and Oh Yeah.
That's a really good list.
And
it is.
We had half of them going into the discussion.
They don't want, like I had to retire my Spotify account for a while, and I'm going to pick it back up. That's the kind of list that would make me go back to Spotify. It's a really nice 10 song list.
Yeah, and you'll be able to get those hopefully tomorrow. Wednesdays are tough for me.
What are you doing on Wednesday? It's so tough.
See,
he's not doing Wrestle Pals. So, I mean,
here's the thing.
Are you going to Ash Wednesday? Or was that?
Mondays are late, so I don't get out of here. We're not off air until midnight, so I don't get home until 1.
Right.
I'm wired from coffee and being on air, so I don't get to sleep till 3. Kids are up at 7. Then I have to be back here by 11 to go on air at noon. And then I go back home, and then I have to come back here normally at 7, but lately not until 9 to do this show. And then when I get out of here, midnight-ish, then I try. Wednesday's a recovery day, essentially.
Okay.
So
that's already too much. Hey, so it is Mardi Gras.
Oh.
Right? It's Mardi Gras. Tomorrow's Ash Wednesday, right?
It is, yeah.
Yes.
So I know Alfredo, he's probably laissez les bon temps rouler, yeah? Where are you at? Are you going down to the cigar shop?
Of course. Matter of fact, you don't see me. I'm smoking my pipe. You don't see me putting all the ashes in here.
No, he doesn't. 'Cause you're in front
Are
of
you
me
going
there.
to take that to? Are you going to put that on your forehead and say I went to service when you didn't? What are you going to do?
Yeah, look, and come on. Let's be right. Well, I was brought up Catholic.
Yeah.
I haven't been a practicing Catholic in years. I don't even go on Easter and Christmas anymore.
Holy days of obligation.
Yes, exactly.
Those are the 2 days you got to go if you even say you're Catholic.
I don't even
I'm
go
a
then
Buddhist
anymore.
and I go on those days. That's how bad Catholic guilt is. So
All right. Let's start.
Anyway,
wrapping her
sorry
up
about
here.
that, people.
No, that's fine.
No,
So, final,
Catholic guilt is fun. Don't
This is the Catholic guilt is fun.
Yay!
This sucks. It's not Brian Ferry.
Yeah.
And candlelits.
$1 a month, folks.
Candlelits.
$1 a month. All the candlelits you can ask for. $1
James
a month.
Duvall, this is for you. James Duvall.
Okay. So my final verdict on Roxy Music.
Okay.
Fun band. I think that maybe whenever I'm like, this show isn't so, because it's a new band every week. Whenever I have some time to go back and really like focus on those first 2 records, I think I could probably get into them.
I think you get into For Your Pleasure more.
Yeah.
More so.
But starting from the third album on, like I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time with the records. Again, I don't get to listen to them as much as I'd like to be able to really speak on the subject. But I get the feeling of what the band is doing or trying to do.
So last week, a couple weeks ago, just FYI, I got noticed that I'm going to get some money to go to the Rock Hall and do some research.
Nice.
It's through a fellowship that they have a joint fellowship, and so of course I got a lot of people who said who are the bands that you feel should be in the Rock Hall and aren't. And there are 4 that come to mind. Roxy Music's one of them.
Yep.
The other 3 are Chic, The Monkees, and Devo. So
Wow.
now, but I'm certain there are other bands, but those are the 4 that come to my mind. And Roxy Music, I think, is going to be the hardest case for Americans. I think you can make the case for all 3. Well, the Monkees should be in, but they won't go in until Jan Wenner dies. That's
Right.
pretty clear. I mean, and it's clear he's essentially not going to let them in. But Roxy Music is, and Chic has been on the ballot. I don't know if Roxy Music's been on the ballot. Do you know, Fredo?
I don't think so. At the end of the day, even though they're not, they're going to get lumped in with those new wave bands.
Right.
And for some reason, that entire genre and the later punk has been completely ignored. So bands like Duran Duran, Adam and the Ants, Roxy Music, Devo, B-52s,
Right.
that
B-52
entire
should definitely be in.
Yeah, I mean,
think you can
you're
make a case
talking
for
probably
Duran
from
Duran.
78 to maybe 85, The Cure, The Smith, all
Yeah.
these bands that should be in and really should have been in before Madonna or people like that. I mean, they're being ignored, and I have no idea why.
Well, I mean, with Roxy Music, it's just they had a tremendous European reaction, and the board is very much American. So, and they've always like, if you go to the Rock Hall, and it's a great experience. I was just there. It's very much the roots of rock are blues based, and again, this is not a blues based act. Like Brian Eno is not. He's not playing the blues. I mean, he knows it, but he's very, in that sense, very European. He's much more associated with like German krautrock and had a lot of associations. Like he did work with Kluster, which is a German synth band, and Devo, yet another, like they're more rootsy than those 2 are, and they're not rootsy at all. I mean,
Right.
So,
but they have looked at bands like Kraftwerk.
Is Kraftwerk in the Rock Hall? Are they?
No, they're not. But but they've been looked at before.
Yeah.
Because I remember being shocked that I think this was at a time when either Genesis or Rush wasn't in, or Alice Cooper, one of those people that eventually got in, and I was going, what the fuck is Kraftwerk being looked at before these bands?
Well, I mean, and this is just we can do that some other time, but Kraftwerk is massively influential. Without them, I don't know if you get hip hop. I mean, seriously, like because they do these, Autobahn's like 30 minutes of the same beat, and Trans-Europe Express would be 10 minutes, and it's DJs could do breaks over them, but they're not the sole reason, but they're definitely one of the key reasons. That said, Roxy Music, I go back to them and I say that they're massively influential. They're just not the right influences. Right?
I wish you would have been around when I had my radio show, and Justin. That's actually how Justin and I really became friends. Was on my show. He would come on and we would discuss music. And every year, once the members of the hall were announced, I would have my what bands should be in and aren't conversation.
Yeah.
Because I was always outraged that the Monkees weren't in. But this was at a time when Kiss wasn't in and Rush wasn't in. And a lot of bands, and The Cure wasn't, they're still not in. But I would have loved for you to have been around during that time, man. Those discussions would have been classic.
Well, and we'll definitely deal with the Monkees later on.
Yes,
that's a really important band, and and it's like my brother-in-law, who's a really great guy. Like when I bring that up, he's of the age of his first Beatles fan. Say, well, the Monkees should be in, and be like, nah. They're not a real band.
Okay.
But it's and then we can have that discussion. But we go back to Roxy Music, and it's like, I think he's like, oh, I hadn't really thought about them. That would be his response. Is like, they're good. I haven't really thought about them.
Right.
So I'm glad that we can introduce this, and maybe a few, like 2 or 3 of those people. And if you do listen to this, what is it? Patreon.
Patreon.com/Radio Free Radio. $1 a month.
It's worth the $1 just to get turned on to some of these bands.
You get all the candlelits you want, I promise.
All of them, all the
candlelit in the world.
Well, you should really that should be. You should just give them a candlelit.
Candlelit, yes.
Hey, donate $5 a month. I'll go to your house and lit all your candles.
I lit all your candles.
Lit all your candles.
I lit all your candles.
Just real quick, Bush Doctor, thanks so much he's watching us on Twitch. Thank you so much for chiming in. We are just about to wrap up.
What did he say?
Well, he's just chiming in. He says, "Cool people that like the same tunes as me." So I just wanted to say,
right.
Hey man, thanks for coming in. Deprogrammed airs Tuesday nights right on this same channel. So if you subscribe, you won't miss us. There's lots of stuff happening on our Twitch, twitch.tv/Radio Free Radio. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube. Just type Radio Free Radio, all one word, or go to youtube.com/Radio Free Radio DMF. Hit us a follow on the Twitter @No Radio Radio. Follow me at the Hulkster. And yes, Hulk Hogan did block me.
That's such a great story. Hulk Hogan's blocked probably 15 people, 14 of them who are actual threats, and you.
Did Iron Sheik block you?
No. He loves
Iron
me.
Sheik number 1.
Iron Sheik number 1.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan, pooey.
Yeah. And just I mean, it's out here now. Tom Green, the only other guy who's blocked me.
Oh!
I don't.
Oh!
Tom Green. I love Tom Green.
Tom Green and Hulk Hogan.
And they blocked me.
Wow. You got blocked by a guy with 1 ball.
Yep. Yep.
That's all for $1 here at Patreon.
Yes, $1. Also, if you want a double middle finger shirt, they're $20, but you get a shirt, man, and you help us out.
Hey, do you have a double X?
Maybe.
You better save it for me for when I go down there for all day, you drunks.
3.
When is that?
Matt Roast. It's an all-day broadcast.
No, but when is it?
March the 11th.
Oh.
We're going to lock ourselves in here in the studio clubhouse and broadcast for a full 24 hours. To include, we're going to clear out the game lounge and have some band performances, acoustic. We're going to do some stand-up comedy. It's for Matt's birthday, so we're going to be roasting Matt. We're going to be playing video games and hopefully not falling asleep.
Dr. Tim, you should show up.
I think last year I couldn't come because I was at a conference, and I think this year I can definitely make it. It's also what is that? That's Saturday the 11th. Yeah, I think I can do that. Yeah, I think
we're
can do
here
that.
all day, and you want to pop in, hang out for a little bit, and we can chat.
Well,
some
if
music or something.
Fredo comes down, I'll definitely come in.
Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming down. It's gonna be great. I have my colonoscopy that Monday, so if I have ass cancer, I'll officially announce it then.
Let me tell you, having had 3 already, it's you people out there who if you have colon cancer in your family, go do it. You can do it. The prep. We want to know what the prep was like for you, because you've never done this. Oh boy!
No, I never have.
Oh
I
boy!
will tell you this: I bought plenty of baby wipes.
No. This is Gatorade. Lots of Gatorade. Yeah, because okay. So, speaking Patreon.com, this is the prep.
This is what you get
This,
with your $1.
we were talking about Roxy music. So the first time I did it was this, like, they give you like a 5-gallon jug, and they put some stuff in there, and it just shoots out your butt, and it's crazy, and it tastes horrible. Now it's Dugalax and Miralax, so you can do your own prep over the counter, and oh boy, yeah,
not fun.
No, not fun, but you got to do it. If you're afraid, if people are like, oh, I don't want to do that, it's like, first of all, you know what's great though? This is what's great. Twilight State. I love Twilight State. So like when they start putting you under, and you're like, okay, count back from 100. 190, done. And then you go, all right, when are you going to get that procedure done? We're done.
Oh.
Here's a picture of your butthole. And they show you a picture.
Clean.
Well, in my case, I had 2 polyps.
Oh.
And here's the thing. Polyps take 10 years to form into cancerous tumors.
Oh.
So you got to get those cleared out, which is why I'm going back 3 years from now.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. We'll have an update then.
Yes.
I've told them that I want my candlelits when I go in there.
Gotta have your candlelits.
Why don't you put on some Roxy music? Definitely, tell you what, more than this, while you're going under, they'll let you wear your headphones.
Ooh.
Yeah, you could put on a Spotify playlist of More Than This. What was it in it? More Than This? Love is the drug.
I don't want them as they're getting ready to play with my butthole. I don't want them to hear me say more than this.
By the way, they don't play with your butthole. It's a great misconception. They don't do that.
No, they don't. They're not like rooting around in there, hanging out.
Well, they are rooting around in there. They are rooting around in there.
But they're not playing.
They're setting a camera up your butt.
I'm gonna look for the hottest nurse there, and I hope you're giving me the rim job, honey.
Oh. First of all, what if it's a man? Second of all, it won't make a difference. Third of all, they're not. I just want to think of all the consequences.
They're not playing.
They're not playing.
It's not playtime.
Yeah, and so like, it's very interesting, and I did it, and I'll be very frank, because I have colon cancer in my family. My mother passed away from it. My uncle passed away from it. If you have colon cancer, people, this is one to grow on. Get it done. Get it done early, because 10 years goes by quick.
Yes, it does.
All right. On that note, let me run through
Roxy
the list.
music.
Let me run through the list one
Love
last time.
is the drug.
More than this, love is the drug.
Get your ass chucked.
Take a chance with me on getting your ass checked. Both ends burning.
Both ends are burning.
Both ends burning.
Over you not checking my ass out. In every dream home, a heartache. Do the Strand. Remodel my asshole after you checked it out.
Mother of Pearl.
Mother of God. That polyp.
Oh, yeah. I gotta get my ass checked.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Next week, we're doing Queens of the Stone Age. Looking forward to this one. I actually already... Look at me. I'm ahead of the game. I have it. I have my list on. So I can start on the next one.
If you just spent a little less time with that, you might have, got some of these songs for Roxy music.
I still stand by our 10. Just saying.
I think our 10 are good.
I think
they're
10
really
are
good.
Yes,
really good. So how dare you, sir, try to besmirch my name on the program? So we will see you next week. Bush Doctor, too much info now.
Get
Thanks
your
for
ass
listening,
checked, Bush Doctor. Go do it.
We'll see you all next week. It's Deprogrammed, and learn them and love them, people. Good night.